Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's been a while. It's Goodwill here. I'm on the Turtle Trail, the Sheltowee Trace in Kentucky. It runs from, I think, just north of Moorhead. It might actually be in Moorhead where you start, but anyway, it runs about 350 miles down to Tennessee. I think it's somewhere in Scott County. They keep moving the southern terminus, but right now I think the official terminus is a bridge in Scott County, Tennessee. My mom was nice enough to help me with the driving up here, so shout out to her. It's been a nice day. There's not much water. A lot of people describe this trail as hot and humid and buggy and don't do it in August, but look, I'm out here right now and I'll tell you the truth about it. All these people say these things, but if you want to know the truth, based on my first day, this trail is just hot and humid and buggy. It's like upper 80s. I've walked through about 150 spider webs, no lie, just on the first day. But there's not much elevation gain. It is 350 miles, but it's kind of a lot of ridge walking. If you've been through the hills of Tennessee or Kentucky, it's more of the same, honestly. And I have done some of the southern portion, and so far the northern portion, it's basically the same. But it's pretty nice. Actually, my birthday was about a week ago. It's August 6th today. So I kind of decided I wanted to do this last moment. My work and school schedule kind of allowed me to come and squeeze this in. It's, it's a doable trail for something like that. So that's nice. And I guess most people would be going to the bars or sitting on a beach somewhere sipping Mai Tais, but I guess I'm a weirdo, and walking through the hot, humid state of Kentucky in the middle of August is my idea of fun. But it's been nice. There's no people out here, hence all the spider webs. I have walked through all of them. Hopefully I'll see some people coming north at some point, because I walked through some really pretty populated areas, at least on the weekends when people come in to see the water features and the views. So at least they'll walk through the spider webs for me. I just pulled a massive one off me. I pulled off about 40 spiders today. It's been crazy. I've never pulled this many spiders off of myself in my life. I had some days in the AT where it was pretty wild, but there's a lot of spiders. It's hot, it's humid. What do you expect? It's Kentucky in August. So anyway, I'm gonna try to do some updates from here, and then I'll probably just edit them when I get home. I think I'm not gonna bother posting them much. I'm really just trying to get out here and take a little break from life. I about fell, but I didn't. So yeah, I'll try to keep these updated as much as possible. Try to shoot a video at least every few days. But here I am on the Sheltowee, doing another little through hike. Most people, hiking friends I have right now, are on long trails, or at least several of them. As a matter of fact, some of them from Kentucky are in Minnesota and Idaho right now in the CDT. So it's been nice to get out here. Instead of watching everyone else hike, I can get some time to walk through the woods myself. So yeah, I'll try to do some updates, maybe edit them together when I get home. Day one on the Sheltowee Trace has been nice. The only water through this first section is at a farm, so keep that in mind. I think shuttles run about $300 if you do want to do this and get from terminus to terminus. So it's a little high for an adventure like this, I guess, in some people's opinions, but we'll see how it goes. It's been overcast today, but that's because of the rain, which has added to the humidity. So massive dam which I'm going to assume is Cove Run Lake Dam, because that's actually Cove Run Lake. Pretty sure. Someone might have to fact check me on that. I just walked out of Rowan County into Bath County. Second day, we're going to be probably somewhere around 25 miles once it's all said and done today. I did a little over 20 yesterday. That really wasn't intentional, to be honest. I came out here, the average is like, I think 25 days. But anyway, it puts most people's average about 15 miles, but the grade on this trail is just, it's honestly very forgiving, at least up through here. It has been. So the miles have been relatively easy. I've not even really been pushing it. I had a nice campsite last night, and I just stopped because I was like, I'm going to get to Moorhead too early this morning before anything opens if I would have kept pushing. So I still had daylight left yesterday, but it was time to stop. And I'm not sure how my legs are going to take this carrying a pack. It's been a while since I've been carrying a pack, so a little over 20 miles was good for yesterday. Walked into Moorhead this morning. I was really looking forward to going to the recreation center. You can use the bathroom, get water and stuff in Moorhead. Well, it was closed 3 days for staff training, of course. The first day I get there, it's closed. So that was a bit disappointing. It was about halfway through town, and it just started pouring rain. I didn't even stop to get anything to eat because I was just kind of wanting to resupply and get on. So I stopped at the Dollar General on way out of town. Yeah, Moorhead's okay. A lot of people made a big deal like it was a really cool college town. Nothing wrong with it. There wasn't a whole lot there. Maybe when the students are there, there's more to do, more going on, but good resupply. The Dollar General was good. Everyone's been real nice so far. I made it here to the visitor center. I guess it's Moorhead. It's Moorhead Visitor Center. I guess it's run by the Forestry Service. I'm a little confused if it's Daniel Boone or Cove Lake, but anyway, the point is that it's been a pretty good day. We were supposed to have storms this morning, so I just went back to sleep because I was still going to get to town too early. I woke up about 5 a.m. I was like, I'm going to get up. It was still dark on the side of the mountain I was, and then I started seeing crazy lightning above me. But it never rained, so I got lucky in that sense. There's a spillway over there. I don't know if you guys can see it. But I got lucky with the storms last night, and then it was supposed to storm all day. I avoided them. I pretty much walked around them all day, and I was ridge walking. I got about 3 miles from the Moorhead Visitor Center over here at Cave Run Lake. And when I was on that ridge, I took my phone off airplane mode and got an alert for a tornado warning and severe storms. I was like, great. But it seemed like I was right on the edge of it. And then I was walking right towards it. I was like, you got to be kidding me. I was on the highest ridge in the area, at least what I'm pretty sure is the highest ridge in the area, walking right towards these storms. And then the trail jackknifed and cut back. So I was like, that's awesome. This is going to avoid it. Well, 2 or 3 minutes after I turned, the storm turned and it started chasing me. I wasn't too concerned because the severe storm warning was only lasting about 22 minutes in the area I was in. But man, when it hit, there's not been very many oh crap moments for me with storms, because I've generally, avoid being out in the open. I'll wait in the tree line, not go out in the fields. But I was on a very, very exposed ridge line when this storm hit earlier. And, on top of those ridge lines, there's not a lot of saplings and stuff because the wind just kills everything more or less. All you really have is mainly old growth, like old growth oaks and hickories. And listen, I was walking on that ridge, and about 2 minutes after it started raining, I was completely soaked. I didn't even bother pulling out my rain jacket. And the minute I started seeing those oaks and those old hickories start to do the Macarena, these 100-year-old trees dancing around, I knew I had to get moving. So I'm not moved that long in a long time with my pack on my back, and eventually I just accepted I was up there. So that was wild. Got caught in a bad storm. Hopefully things die down You know, I walked about 20 miles, supposed to have storms for a few days, but I'm really hoping I kind of walk out of that range. According to the weather, it looks like I will. So anyway, it's been all right. It's the trade-off for today was that it was like 70 something degrees. There's not a lot to see. Honestly, I'm making a video because this lake has been the best view or the first thing to see. If you come during the fall or winter, there are some overlooks, but they were all grown up for me. There's nothing to see, not many views in the northern portion. I stopped there to dry out and charge. The people there are great, the people at the visitor center, and she told me, she was like, yeah, I really prefer the southern portion. Don't tell anyone I said that. And that just seems to be the consensus. The majority of the prettier things are in this other portion, so that'll be nice. I'm gonna try to average 25-ish. It's looking like. I'm not really sure how long it's gonna take me, but it's just the mile is just too easy for it to take as long as at least for me personally, as long as I thought it would. I'm only gonna have 3 stops. I'm also not staying anywhere. I was following another guy. He's actually from my hometown, which is ironic, but anyway, he hiked with someone else. I watched his friend's video, didn't even realize who it was at the time, but he did this pretty quickly. A lot of people like to stay once or twice. I don't think I'm gonna stay. I just came out here to sleep in the woods. Now, if I get poured on enough days in a row, that might change. So there's an update for day 2. Guess I'm walking up this creek, in the creek. There's no other way. So it's day 3 on the Sheltowee Trace. I thought this would be a good place to take video because you could see I've actually started to get some rock formations. It's gotten more interesting today, that's for sure. Things that I've been walking across actually look like the same type of formations I remember in the southern part. So we'll see how much it changes as I go on. I've actually passed a few arches that look like a natural bridge, just a little smaller, but it's a cool area. It wasn't until today that I really got to see anything though. It was about mile 55 or so before even any rock formations started to be on the trail. Other than that, all the views have been overgrown because it is August. More spider webs. I saw my first person today. I hadn't seen anyone. Took 3 days of hiking, but I saw a girl pass me, and I had mentioned in another video I took that I wanted to see someone go no-bow so that they could hit the spider webs for me. And no joke, first thing she said was, "I got all the cobwebs for you," and she walked off. She was obviously miserable, and I could tell which trail junction she took because as soon as I turned that corner, she must came from the opposite side because I just started railing spider webs. But I had about 8 or 9 miles where she had walked through and I didn't get any spider webs. But there's been a lot again today, maybe not quite as few. I got poured on hard last night. There was like a 30% chance of rain where I was at for an hour, up to 2 hours, and it just poured for like 4 hours. So the good news is it kind of dried up by the time I woke up. I woke up a little late again, but I think 8. I got going about 7:45, and I'm still gonna push, I think 22 or 23 today. I'm trying to budget or find a balance where I'm not pushing too hard. I'm not trying to go wild, and I'm trying to watch my step. And I need to figure out my food ratios. There are some places to stop, so that's a good thing about this trail. I think I have enough food though, so I don't know if I will. I originally came out here and wasn't sure if I wanted to stop at a place to stay, and then so far at least, I mean it's only day 3, so this might change, but kind of decided I don't want to stop at one of these restaurants. I don't really want to find a place to stay, but you know, ask me tomorrow if it storms or something. That very well might change. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, rock formations are pretty nice. It's been hot today, but that was another reason I wanted to make sure I got well over 20, was because it's supposed to be a little hotter tomorrow, I think. So trying to figure out my direction here. It keeps turning unmarked, so that's a little frustrating. I walked around that Cove Lake yesterday and I was really excited to go around it. It is an absolute disaster from the horses. Like, it is honestly a nightmare walking around that lake. And now they had a ton of rain and they actually closed the trail to horses from December to May, obviously to help maintain it, and the sign says that, but it's almost unhikeable. Like, if I didn't have my trekking poles, even with a day pack on, it would have just been miserable. And it's around the entire lake, and on top of that, gut hook's mileage is wrong, so I think I hiked an extra mile or two than what it actually said to get to a horse camp. The camps around it are nice, but they're designed for horse camps, and there's like 2 or 3 feet of mud and no way around it. Some people have made footpaths around it, but then people have got up there on the horses and ruined the secondary routes as well. I've not seen that many places that were that ruined by horses, but that sucked. Other than that, it's been nice to see a few things, a few little overlooks, a few cool arches and caves. Tomorrow, I think I'm walking out of the rain. Originally it was supposed to storm, I think, but I think I'm walking out of the rain and it's gonna be hot, so we'll see how things go. I'm gonna get back to hiking. Y'all go take a hike.